Hey everybody, guess what? My dog's obsessed with ingrown nails. So we're gonna watch this video together. Look, Cosmo.
We're going to do this side first.
An ingrown nail. It's your favorite.
If I did the other side first because of the pus, I don't want to like jam it.
I think there's pus on this one. That's even better.
Even though it probably won't because of the antibiotics.
Everybody, Dr. Krawetz, Podiatry, of course. I've got another ingrown nail, and this one's good because there's pus, I think. If we look right here, you can see on the side of his toe, and you were having a lot of pain with this, right?
Yes.
Okay. He was having a lot of pain, and he went to see his primary care doctor, gave him an antibiotic. I'm going to push on it and see if anything comes out right now. There we go, see? There's the pus. You can get real close there. And if you smell coffee, that's me, Paulina, okay?
No worries.
But anyway, you can see the pus coming out of there. Everyone likes to see pus come out of the side of a toe and an abscess come out of the side of an ingrown nail. But that's what it looks like when the pus starts to accumulate. And the reason it accumulates is because this nail is digging into the skin, and toenails are considered dirty. So when you have a dirty toenail digging into the skin constantly, and the bacteria will actually get penetrated deep into that skin, and an abscess forms. An abscess is just a whole bunch of bacterial organisms in one area, and that's what pus is. So now we're going to get the nail out. So that way we don't have to worry about this infection anymore. I'm going to wrap his toe with a tourniquet so he doesn't bleed. And if you look right now, you see this white? That's epinephrine, and I use epinephrine to slow down the bleeding and make it so it doesn't bleed much when I do the procedure. That way it's a dry field when I apply the chemical. And now I'm going to wrap this, and I'm still wrapping this pretty tightly. And you can see I can do this pretty quickly when I do this, but I'm wrapping it tight to push the blood out of there as well. So we get almost like a double tourniquet effect. We get the effect from the epinephrine, and then we get the effect from the Coban that I'm putting around there too. So now we're gonna actually open this up so I can see, and I'm gonna slide this down here. Now, just because he had pus on one side doesn't mean there's a problem with the other. So I asked the patient, do you have an issue with the other side? And he's told me,
Sometimes, yes.
yeah. So he thinks he doesn't remember specifically, but he thinks he's dug it out before. So because we numb the toe, we're gonna take both sides out because the entire toe is numb. We might as well take the other side out. And I know that some of you that are watching this probably say, oh, you get paid twice as much. We don't get paid anymore. Insurance companies don't do anything different as far as authorizing procedures here in the United States. I know we have people from other countries watching this, but it doesn't matter if we do one side of the toe or both sides or the whole toenail. A procedure is a procedure. So the way the American insurance companies work here is they're going to reimburse you the same for everything. Because I know people have asked in the past questions about what if you take one side and then they come back and take another? Are you charging the patient for that, or do you get paid more? And the answer is no. And it's always a good idea, since he's numb, instead of putting someone through the misery of having to shove these needles in his toes, it's better to do both sides if they have ever had a problem with it in the past. So let's go ahead and loosen this up. So we're going to do this side first. It really doesn't matter because there's an infection. He's going to be taking antibiotics. If I did the other side first because of the pus, I don't want to really jam it under on the other side and cause an issue, even though it probably won't because of the antibiotics. But we're going to do this now and loosen this up here. You feeling anything up there?
No, sir.
Okay, you can see how there's blood there? That's actually venous congestion, and you can actually see the pus. You see that discoloration right there? You got it up close? Mm-hmm. That's pus with blood. That's what it looks like. And if my description's freaking you out, let me know, okay? No? Okay, good. You were in the military, so you're tough, right?
Oh, yeah.
What branch of the military?
Army.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let's get this out here. We're gonna take a little clip here of the nail. And we're gonna wipe it and do this side here. And this is the side that wasn't the most painful side, but it was one of the sides. Oh, what was that beeping? I heard it beeping in the face.
That was my phone.
Oh, okay, I thought that was me. Okay. So We freed it up. Now we're going to take it out. Let's see what's under here. This is the good part of removing the nail. We're going to clamp on and slowly pull. And you can see this is a real good sized chunk right here. I don't know if you're watching from out there. Can you see what it looks like? It's pretty huge. But you can see that that's got callus skin attached to it too. And this is what we like to take with it when we remove this nail. So I'm going to clamp again so I can get the whole thing, the whole leading edge. That way it comes out as one big chunk. And you can see more and more. It's almost like a stalk there. And that's it. And that can be very satisfying when you see that removed, because you can see, look at that. I mean, that's a big groove that was formed from that nail digging in there. And look at the nail. Look at the size of that nail. That's a big one, huh?
Wow.
Pretty big chunk of nail. Now, we're going to see the other side, how bad that is. But we took a little bit extra because of this size. When he steps down with his weight, this is going to tend to cloak over. And we don't want it cloaking over, meaning coming over the side of the nail and digging in again. So when it heals, you can see I can just push it and easily, that's perfect. It's going to heal just like that. So let's go ahead and get this side now and see. And then this side I didn't do as much because we have some leeway from the other side. But I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to turn it and pull it. And you can see there's the end of it right there coming out. And this one too has callus. So this has been an issue because I can see the callus that formed here. I'm going to pull this out. And I'm going to do the same thing here, get that leading edge with it so I can get that skin with it too. There we go. Not as big as the other one. I think this piece of nail is jealous of the other piece of nail because the other piece of nail is bigger. But still satisfying. And this is still going to be actually a great service that we did this, because this is, you would have had a problem with that for sure in the future. So this is good. So now we have both sides out. And now, I'll talk a little louder because I'm not facing the camera. Now I'm going to kill the matrix. And where am I going to put this? Under the eponychium. The eponychium is this tissue right here, which is what we also call the cuticle area. And I'm burning it right now. So I'm going to do this side first. And we usually do 10-second sticks. And if you look closely, and let's get Pauline to get right in there. You see how it's white? It's how it's turning whitish? And that's what we want to see. Burning the eponychium, because that will actually keep the nail from growing again. We don't want it to grow on the side here, because when it heals, we want that skin to move over towards the side of the toe. You're not feeling anything up there, right?
No.
Okay, good. Are you being entertained with your nail removal?
Oh, yes.
Thoroughly entertained up there. Okay, good. That's good. And you can see it's getting whiter and whiter as we go here, which is great. And we've almost got this thing killed, which is a good thing. When we're done, we're gonna probably clip the end of that nail too. I don't know why that's bothering you, but it looks like it has a sharp point at the end. Okay, so one side's done now. We're gonna do the abscess point. The other good thing with sodium hydroxide that we're putting under the eponychium right now is that the sodium hydroxide is also going to kill some of this bacteria. It's a strong base, and it's going to kill the bacteria that's in there right now, which is also helpful from as far as the standpoint of getting rid of the infection. So there's one stick, and this is number 2. And again, like 10 seconds it's kind of an arbitrary number, but we don't really need to do more than 10, or sometimes you get more of a violent reaction to the chemical, and it can take a little longer to heal because it's like getting a really bad burn compared to just a mild burn. So that's why we don't do it too long. But sometimes if it gets diluted with blood, then the chemical may not take, and you may get regrowth of a spicule. Now, some of the other doctors that I work with, they beg to differ. They think that it's okay, or they believe it, and they said that it does work for them, that when it does mix with the blood, it still burns the matrix. And that may be true. And I think the whole blood thing may have come from phenol, which was the other acid that was used before. And that's why they said that the phenol didn't work if it mixed with blood. Not sure, but either way, we don't get a lot of patients with regrowth. It's probably less than 5% of the patients that get it. So, all right, now, one of the other things that was bugging me was the point at the end of this nail. So let's cut this point off. And what I'm doing is, see, he already cut this short, it looks like. But I'm going to try to just straighten it so it actually Looks decent and doesn't dig into anything here. See if I can get a little more of that right there. For some reason, the English anvil does not want to do it. I'm going to grab a different instrument here. Let's get my nail nipper. This will work better. Okay. No pain up there, right?
No, sir.
Okay. We're just going to get this a little neater here because this will definitely catch on the dressing. This is way better. Now, let's flush it out. Vinegar. Toast salad for everybody. Vinegar and water. It's not the vinegar up there?
No.
Isn't there vinegar? Yeah, there's vinegar here. You know what? I don't smell the vinegar.
I don't smell it either.
It's kind of like a little light vinegar. Maybe it's light dressing. Who knows? Okay, this is your favorite part. Your favorite part's coming up, Cosmo. Here we go. This is where we put the dressing on, okay? You love it when we put the dressing on. Like how I wrap it around there. Here we go. Okay. It's about to come up.
Light vinegar. Maybe it's light dressing.
We just cleaned it. Now it's time for the dress. What happened? What, Cosmo, what happened? I think the camera stopped. Oh no. Back on me, and that's it. It's another successful ingrown nail removal. He's going to take some antibiotics for 10 days, and then he's going to follow up with me in 2 weeks so I can clean the sides of the nail out, and that'll be the end of it. And then we'll have him follow up actually 2 weeks later just to make sure that it's completely healed. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video so you can see what it looks like. But when it heals, it's pretty amazing how the skin on the side of the toe will move towards the nail and it'll look like a normal nail, just a little bit narrower than before. That's all we got. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you for the next video. Thanks.